I just finished public school, I'll tell you why it's great. Waking up at 6 a.m. to pledge allegiance to the state. Yeah, it's true. I got my public school blues.
Yeah, but I know the feeling, and I also know the frustration of trying to spread the message, even to the people that we're supposed to be the most comfortable around. Once you learn this stuff, you really want to be able to communicate it effectively to other people. And it seems like being a teacher would be a really great way to do that. And by the time, now, first of all, I've been so all over the place in the last 10 years. I have to tell you, I'm no one to give career advice, but I did realize when I was in graduate school, where I already had a couple of years in education, and I was learning a lot working in a residential school, but I was also learning a lot about the public schools through what I was doing out in Vermont, and I was, for work, and then I was going to school in Western Massachusetts to get a master's in educational leadership, and I would hear these horror stories that people would tell about the public schools, because they already worked in the public schools, and I was really turned off to that, and I found a way to start making a career for myself in private school, but it's still, I couldn't do it, it was even in private school, I think was.
Yeah.
But that was a real conflict, because that was the time that I was starting to realize all of these things, and I think it was 2006 when I started getting into shows like Wes Bertrand's work, Complete Liberty, and Free Talk Live, that it was kind of like the point of no return. I knew that career path was not going any further, because the ideas were they were too powerful, and I couldn't stay in that institutionalized school setting. And the truth is, I owe every kid that I ever taught an apology, for the way I taught. I think
Yeah, but what you have to look back on your own self, though.
Sure.
From back then. You didn't know then what you know now.
No, yeah.
Right?
Right.
And you were brainwashed as a kid too, right?
Yeah. And that's the thing. These schools are filled with people who just really don't know that much, most people it's no slight against teachers, and I think a lot of teachers are in that profession because they care about kids, and they feel the same way we do as far as wanting to make a positive difference, but they just get kind of consumed by that system, and it's very hard to maintain that enthusiasm long term, and it just kind of eventually they just get beaten down and wind up being perpetuators of the system.
I would imagine that would just completely wear you out.
Yeah.
Eventually okay, whatever. We'll just go along with this.
So it's definitely, and I was, you said you graduated from high school 5 years ago, Katie, or college?
From college.
5 years ago.
6 years ago.
6 years ago. Okay. So, this was about the time in my life, 3-4 years ago, around, late 20s, where I was making a transition, and I really got into tutoring, and I really liked it. And I don't know if that would be for everybody. It wasn't enough for me, which is why I eventually started this podcast, which I found, satisfied a lot of my needs to communicate these ideas in a way that I certainly couldn't do it while I was an SAT tutor or a college consultant. But I'd like to hear a little bit from you guys first, and then from Katie. Like, where were you when you started to get this stuff?
I feel like I was born that way, right? But I think similar to what Katie was describing, that the way they teach you, right? You're supposed to be in one of these boxes with the R or the D,
Sure.
right? And so I was just always assumed I was supposed to be in the R box, and I never understood why I kept getting kicked out of clubs and meetings. And then it wasn't until after I graduated from high school and was in college that I realized, I guess I don't have to be in one of these boxes. I can just be me.
Public school, you keep me in good mental health.